Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton for EMS Now. I'm here at Productronica 2011 and I'm joined by Henk Biemans from MEK Europe. Henk, new name, we're used to speaking to you as Marantz.
Yeah.
Tell me how the name change came about.
Marantz was part of the audio vision for many years. They developed a division within Marantz, factory automation division. And a couple of years ago, they were separated from the audio group in Japan, and they renamed themselves Marantz Electronics Kabushika Kaisa, which is MEK.
Yeah.
And but in Europe, we continued under the Marantz name, within the audio group. But this year, from the 1st of April, we have been also separating the European division. So we are now a subdivision of our organization in Japan. So we're called now MEK Europe or MEK Europe. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And Marantz, as we knew it before, had a reputation for creativity, for coming out with some really interesting products. I guess that's something you're continuing. Are you continuing with the same product group?
We are continuing with the same product group. The fact that we are now autonomous from the audio group gives us more flexibility, more possibilities for dedication, more possibilities for investing in our imaging and branding and in the industry, and separate it from the audio business, which was still a little bit too far off what we are actually doing here.
And certainly that's where the brand recognition was, I guess, in the audio. And in terms of product, you've got here at Productronica AOI and the SPI systems. What's new this year with MEK?
At the Productronica show, it's the first time we show here the 9-camera AOI machine.
Okay.
So the 9 cameras can be used obviously for inspection, but also for classification. So the 9-camera machine gives you, for classification job, gives you 9 different images from every defect the machine finds. So you can omit a microscope at the repair desk. It is doing that all automatically for you. And that's a huge advantage. Even if you don't use the side cameras for inspection, you still can use them as a microscope automatically without doing any programming.
Okay, so you have a lot more data there. And what kind of customers are using those? What's the market responding to that like?
Well, the traditional top view AOIs have now by the market being replaced by more and more by the angular view AOIs. Customers want to be able to see with difficult components, to see from the side if they can see a little bit more. So for specific points on the PCB designs, you just use the side cameras to see just that bit that you cannot see from the top.
Okay.
Yeah. So even if it's just a few components per board that you want to see that way, it's for most customers it's the advantage they need.
Yeah. And the SPI products, what's going on with those? What's new there?
The SPI is now in the last Productronica we promoted the prototype model of the first 5D SPI machine. And now it's actually the working machine, and we are road showing this machine in our truck and visiting customers. And the big difference between a 5D SPI and a 3D SPI is that we have 2 different technologies inside one machine combined. So it's a 3D technology, the traditional technology which you see in SPI to measure the height of solder pads and the height of the boards and the tracks. And in addition, we have the 2D SPI, which we can actually see the exact appearance of the solder paste from the side. The problem is with height measurement. Typically, 3D machines cannot measure below a certain height. So it's like the iceberg system. You see only the bit that's above the sea, and what's under the sea you don't see. And with the 2D system, you see also what's under the stencil height, and therefore it gives you possibilities to decrease your yield a lot.
And that's where you bring both of those technologies together. And last question I wanted to ask you, and it's a difficult question, I know. You're predominantly operating in Europe.
And US.
And the US, okay. So both markets that have had huge challenges of late, particularly in the contract manufacturing segment. How do you see those markets going? What are your customers telling you? Are they feeling positive? Are they looking to make investments?
Actually, it's an interesting question. if you read the newspapers, we are all going down. And if I speak to customers, they're fully loaded.
Okay.
Yeah, they have loads of work.
Yeah.
And I must say 2011 has been a remarkably good year for us so far. So it is, nobody knows what 2012 will bring, but 2011 has been fantastic.
Yeah, and I guess that's because they're competing in the higher tech markets.
Yeah.
And again, your product's able to support them on that.
Yeah.
Well, Henk, fascinating stuff. Thanks for talking to me. Good luck with the show, and I hope we can speak soon. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks a lot.
To get you here quickly, you should start from here and let us take care of everything in between. Flextronics SBS, innovative manufacturing services.